DAZN.
We're about 24 hours away from the Ring 3 card starting here in New York City. Now we're at the Hard Rock getting ready for the weigh-in show. And if it's anything like what we saw yesterday at the press conference, things are going to get wild and woolly. They'll step on the scale. They'll come face to face. And then who the hell knows what's going to happen? Let's find out together next on DAZN.
Live, only on DAZN, July 12th. Ring 3, Berlanga versus Sheeraz and Stevenson versus Zepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. This isn't about future, it's about now. Because in boxing, legacy isn't handed out, it's taken. 4 rising kings, 2 brutal battles, 1 night to take the throne. Who's next in line? Berlanga versus Sheeraz, Stevenson versus Zapeda. Ring 3, July 12th, live, only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
For the final time this week, we are live from Times Square in the heart of New York City as we get ready for Ring 3, live from Flushing Meadows, New York, and the Louis Armstrong Stadium. And that's the scene right now here in the Hard Rock as we join you live. My name is Todd Grisham alongside former 2-weight world champion, ladies and gentlemen. Antonio Tarver, the Magic Man, is with me, as well as the former junior middleweight champion of the world, Sergio Mora. Antonio, this is your first time checking in with us. I know you were here. You saw the shenanigans yesterday at the press conference. What do you think Edgar Berlanga particularly is going to have in store for us today during these final face-offs?
I'm not sure, man, but I'm going to be paying attention, bro. A lot of things was going on at that weigh-in. I don't know if it was nerves or what, but I believe Berlanga, with his actions, has put himself in a must-win situation. Not only must-win, but look great doing it, or all of that could backfire on him tomorrow.
Now, I want to know what you think about those shenanigans. A lot of people were criticizing it. I know Chris Mannix didn't like him. I think it's good promotion. You were a great promoter when it came to selling fights. Do you like that Berlanga was throwing money and doing all that?
Man, it's a way. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on his performances. We can love all of this. If he don't perform tomorrow night, it can backfire.
As for Hamza Shiraz, his opponent, he's looked so calm all week, but others around him have said, you know, he does not like Berlanga. He's gotten under his skin a little bit. What about you?
Well, when I look at Hamza Shiraz, I believe that killer instinct is something we're going to be looking for tomorrow night. If he don't have that killer instinct, I think Berlanga is going to have this way. He's going to have to step up with his heart tomorrow night.
No, I love the fact that Hamza Shiraz is not stepping out of character. He's not trying to keep up word for Berlanga because he's going to lose that fight. It's a quiet storm. He's a quiet confidence in his eyes. I love the fact that he's training with Andy Lee. I think he's going to be well prepared for this fight. He has the right size. He's younger, taller, stronger. This is going to be a good matchup.
As for the other co-main event, it is Shakur Stevenson. He is back. And, boy, he's been talking all week, too. He's kind of teeing himself up for if he doesn't look good, he's going to be in a lot of trouble against Zapeda. How do you think that fight's going to play out, Antonio?
Well, I want to say that I believe Shakur Stevenson is one of the most technically sound fighters in the game. But it's the entertainment factor. I believe if his hands can stay strong throughout that fight, we could see a knockout from Shakur Stevenson because he has that energy this weekend.
There you go. And I picked knockout myself, champ. Look, this is a southpaw right here. These guys are both southpaws. Normally, left-handers don't face other left-handers. You got an aggressive left-hander in William Zepeda and a power boxer in Shakur Stevenson. Fragile hands or not, I agree with the knockout because when you have someone so aggressive coming at you, you're doing half the help with the pressure that he's putting, meeting him halfway.
Yeah, I wanted you guys to look back at your career. Who was the most aggressive fighter you ever stepped in the ring with as far as coming right at you, throwing punches, and how did you deal with it?
The road warrior, Glenn Johnson, bro. He wouldn't stop. You can hit him with the kitchen sink. He's still going to be coming, bro.
Believe it or not, for me, it was my last fight. Perro Angulo, Alfredo Angulo, nonstop, heavy hands, granite chin, Mexican style. Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's show you what's going to happen on Saturday night, the entire fight card. Those were the two main events, but we start out with a great undercard. And right out of the gates, Muhammad Al-Akel fighting out of Saudi Arabia, looking to put his perfect record on the line. Rito Tsutsumi from Japan, his second pro fight. Both of his fights will have taken place in New York City. That's pretty wild. And David Morell versus Imam Katav, this Russian destroyer, is going to be coming right after Morell, sort of like Zapeda is going to be doing against Shakur. Be interesting to see how Morell handles that pressure. And then the featured prelim, as we'll call it, for the WBC super lightweight title, Matias is back. And he'll be taking on Alberto Puello. And then the double main event, Shakur Stevenson, William Zapeda, and Edgar Berlanga, and Hamza Shiraz. All right, let's get this show on the road. The fighters are about to come face to face for the final time before they meet in the ring tomorrow. And for that, we turn it over to Mr. Thomas Tribal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for Ring 3, a great night of World Championship Boxing tomorrow from Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. It is all being brought to you by Ring Magazine with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Frank Warren for Queensberry, Spencer Brown for Gold Star Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and Sella in collaboration with Box Raw. Along with their great sponsors, Public Investment Fund, Visit Saudi, Visit Qatar, SRMG, STC, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudia, the national airline of Saudi Arabia, Jeddah Season, Shori, Malaf Cola, Core Life, Desert, NHC, Jacko, Sky, A&B, DAZN, Crypto, Rotana, First Data, Islamic Solitary Games, The Red Sea, SMC, Sella, Jeddah Economic Company, Middle Beast, Atlantis, Intercontinental, Arroyo Cruises, and Konos. A big thanks to those great sponsors. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that this great event will be shown exclusively live worldwide on DAZN. Buy it now at DAZN.com. Let's now get the weigh-in process started. Our first two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round lightweight contest. We will first welcome, coming to us from Providence, Rhode Island, his professional record consists of 2 wins, 3 defeats, and 1 draw. Let's welcome Placido Cedo Hoff. And now we welcome from Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, undefeated with 4 victories, here is Mighty Mohammed Alakil. And first to the scale, we welcome Placido Hoff. $135.2 for Placido Hoff. Now to the scale, Mohammed Alakil. $136.8 for Mighty Mohammed Alakil.
Sergio, we've called a couple of his fights. Tall, long fighter, fundamentally sound, and he'll be a big favorite here against Placido Hoff.
No, I like the way they're moving him too. You know, when it comes to these Saudi
Once
fighters,
again,
they're learning
ladies
on the
and gentlemen,
job.
these two competing
they have the resources. They have great people in their corner. They have the awesome trainers. They're doing the right thing with them. Stylistically, I like the way he's actually evolving. Behind the jab, really responsible, good footwork. This is an excellent talent to mold.
Look at that height differential, Antonio.
Yeah, size difference for sure. He's going to have to stay behind that jab if he wants to be totally effective. But yeah, I mean, size-wise, we looking at the favorite.
No, and he uses that height, Antonio. That's the thing. You know, he doesn't give up his height. Good footwork, doesn't let it the shorter fighter break that distance.
Our next two fighters to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round featherweight contest. First, we will welcome from Lacey Township, New Jersey, his professional record 2 wins, 7 defeats with 1 draw. Here is Michael, the Double Rican Ruiz. And now we welcome, coming to us from Tokyo, Japan. He had a stellar amateur career, capturing gold at the 2021 World Youth Championships. And now, as a proud ring ambassador, he is undefeated as a professional with 1 victory. Let's welcome Reito Tsutsumi. First to the scale, Michael Ruiz. 134.8 for Michael, the Double Rican Ruiz. Now to the scale, Reito Tsutsumi. 134.6 for Reito Tsutsumi.
I'm sure many of you watching right now remember Reito Tsutsumi on the Times Square card. Sergio, he got a win that night, but it certainly wasn't a flawless performance, was it?
No, well, look, with these 4- and 6-rounders, they're still getting accustomed to that professional style, you know, especially when they're, you know, successful amateurs. So, no, I think it's learning on the job. I think Tsutsumi's still finding himself, you know, getting his bearings under him. But he's a good-looking, good prospect.
Even young men coming from the Olympics don't just jump right into 6 rounds. I think he's on the fast track. He's going to have to get some lessons if he want to continue to develop and become a complete fighter that they believe he's going to be.
Taking on Michael Ruiz, a late replacement for Tsutsumi's original opponent, which was Isaiah Rodriguez. Featherweights, 6 rounds live Saturday night from the U.S. Open Tennis Center in Flushing Meadows, New York.
Our next 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round light heavyweight contest. First, we will welcome a native of Grozny, Chechnya, Russia, now fighting out of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, a 2020 Olympic bronze medalist, now undefeated as a professional with 10 wins, 9 of his 10 wins coming by way of knockout, currently ranked number 10 by Ring Magazine. Here is Imam the Destroyer Katav. And we now welcome, coming to us from Santa Clara, Cuba, his professional record, 11 wins, just 1 defeat, 9 of his 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked number 8 by Ring Magazine. Here is one of boxing's rising stars, David Morell. And we are still waiting for David Morell, so we are going to welcome Imam Katav to the scale at this time. $174.8 for Imam the Destroyer Katav.
Well, Antonio, that man is ripped.
He's huge, bro. That used to be my weight class, and ain't no way, Sergio.
Right, the strong guy. He's going to want to make this into a brawl. You know, Morell is going to want to use his distance. Morell doesn't avoid a fight. But Katav is strong, man. Nine knockouts and his 10 wins. You can bet he's going to want to get on the inside and make it a tough fight, physical.
Being told David Morell is here somewhere. They just can't locate him. So they might have to move on to the next fight.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the World. We will first welcome the challenger from Fajardo, Puerto Rico. His professional record, 22 wins, just 2 defeats. All 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked number 6 by Ring Magazine. He is the former IBF Super Lightweight Champion of the World. Let's welcome Subriel, El Orgullo de Maternillo, Matias. And now let's welcome the defending world champion from San Juan de la Maguana en la República Dominicana. Undefeated with 24 wins. 10 wins come by way of knockout. Currently ranked number 2 by Ring Magazine. Tomorrow, he will be the reigning and defending WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Alberto La Avispa Puello. First to the scale, we welcome the challenger, Subriel Matias. 140 even for the challenger, Subriel El Orgullo de Maternillo, Matias. Now to the scale, the defending world champion, Alberto Puello. 139.8 for the defending world champion, Alberto La Avispa Puello.
Antonio, I think this is going to be the fight of the night.
Most definitely. I definitely believe, because when you're looking at these two fighters, Puello, man, he's so
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
solid. He don't really make a lot of mistakes, and he's real cagey inside.
You got a puncher, Matias, that's always looking for the knockout. 22 wins, 22 knockouts. But I'm telling you right now, Puello, stylistically, boxer more than puncher, but he's not afraid to mix it up with the punchers. Gave Gary Antoine Russell, who was one of the biggest punchers with a high knockout ratio, was able to take him out. This is going to be the fight of the night. I agree with Antonio.
And I believe if Matias is going to win, this is going to be inside the distance. Every fight he's had, it's been a knockout. Every fight he's won, so he's looking for the big KO tomorrow night.
As for Puello, he wins by decision, and usually close decisions. 3 of his last 4 have been by split decision, Sergio.
No, listen, that actually, I can explain that. The thing about Matias is you don't really want to go punch for him. You don't want to really put too much gas, because you want to box, you want to use your jab, you want to do all that. The split decisions and the close decisions, I understand that, because he's fighting winners. He's fighting guys that aren't accustomed to getting knocked out.
Plenty to say back and forth, all in Espanol, Sergio. Are you a good lip reader?
No, señor, no puedo ver de aquí.
Should be a barn burner.
What I like, you see the respect level for both fighters. It don't take all that negative energy knowing you're going to get in here and lay it all on the line.
You don't want Alberto Puello to start throwing dollars like Edgar Berlanga?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our double co-main events, the weigh-ins, are coming up next. Right after this, you're watching live on DAZN.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night at the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens.
Chelsea. The world. All the action live from MetLife Stadium. Join Ale Oladipo and the team for kickoff, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And there's the television mic to show us live here. This is Antonio, Sergio, Todd Grisham. Apparently, right now, Edgar Berlanga is being run tested, so there's a little holdup before he comes out to the scale. Gives us a chance now to hone in on that co-main event. Coming up to the stage next will be Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda. A lot of William Zepeda fans here, Sergio. They know how big this fight is for his career.
Yeah, a lot of Camarón fans here. But look, Latinos travel in packs, man, and I think that's going to be stylistically an interesting fight. You got a boxer, straight boxer, in Shakur Stevenson, and an aggressive buzzsaw in William Zepeda. Southpaw versus southpaw. You were a southpaw champ. Yes. How many left-handers did you face in your career? And tell the people the difficulty of a left-hander facing another left-hander.
Well, it's one left-hander that I can't get out of my mind. That was Eric Harding, man. He gave me fits because he was Cajun, slick in there like me. But that left hand was right down the pipe. And every time I threw mine, I was allowing myself to get hit with his left hand, too. So it's not like the normal orthodox southpaw where you're trying to find that foot position. No, that strong hand is lined up straight down the pipe. So that left hand can land at any time.
Well, it'll be southpaw versus southpaw in one of our main events, and apparently they're ready to come to the scale now. We send it down to Michael Buffer.
It's a great card of boxing, from the undercard, the support fights, all the way up to our double main event contests. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first of our two main events, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. Let's bring the fighters to the stage and to the scales at this time. First, ranked number 1 by all 4 of the alphabets, the challenger. His professional record is a perfect one. 33 fights, 33 victories, 27 wins by knockout. He comes to us from San Mateo Ateno, Mexico. He is the undefeated WBC interim world champion. Here is the undefeated William El Camarón Zepeda. And let's bring his opponent to the stage and to the scales. An Olympic silver medalist. His record also undefeated, 23 fights, 23 victories, 11 big wins by knockout. From Newark, New Jersey, the 3-division, 3-time WBC, former featherweight world champion, former super featherweight world champion, the reigning and defending WBC lightweight champion of the world, Shakur Stevenson. First on to the scales will be the challenger, El Camarón. El Camarón William Zapeda, undefeated as a professional, 33 straight victories. Officially weighing in 134.6 pounds for the challenger. 134.6. Next on to the scales, the reigning and defending WBC champion from Newark, New Jersey. 23 fights, 23 victories, Shakur Stevenson. 135 pounds for the reigning and defending 3-time world champion. undefeated challenger, undefeated champion for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. It all goes down tomorrow night at Queens, New York City, New York, USA, the Louis Armstrong Stadium. Zepeda versus Stevenson. Somebody's has got to go, both undefeated. El Camarón, 33-0. Shakur Stevenson, 23-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing by right now, ladies and gentlemen, with the interim WBC lightweight champion of the world, William Zapeda. Let me hear it, folks. William, the time for talking is done. All your fans are here. Just tell me what you're feeling in this moment, one day away.
William, a un día que falta, aquí está toda su fanaticada. ¿Qué tiene usted para decirles a ellos? Ya es hora de dejar de hablar y de acción.
No, estamos muy contentos, ya ansiosos de que llegue este momento, agradecidos por la oportunidad. Hoy se presentó aquí en el pesaje, le faltó el respeto a mi mamá, levantándole el dedo, y eso no se le hace.
All respect, we did the weigh-in. I had a finger lifted up to me. That's disrespect. You don't do that. To my mother, you don't do that. That disrespect. We're here and we're ready.
It's disrespectful at this point to you to lift the finger, disrespecting your family. So I want a final message from you, William Zepeda. You're taking on the champ. What's your final message to Shakur Stevenson?
William Zepeda, su mensaje final para Shakur Stevenson, que le irrespetó a su madre levantándole el dedo. Un último mensaje para él de parte de usted.
Mañana se la vamos a cobrar.
Tomorrow we're going to put the receipts across the table to you.
There it is, folks. Give it up one more time for the challenger. 33-0, 27 knockouts, William El Camarón Zapeda.
Shakur, it sounds like he's feeling disrespected by you after that face-off. What did you say to him? What did you say to his family and the crowd?
I don't know who that was, but I heard somebody say such and such cabron. So whoever said such and such cabron, I stick the middle finger to them, and I stand by that.
You waited a long time for this kind of opportunity on this kind of stage against this kind of opponent. How are you feeling 24 hours away from the fight?
Honestly, I'm prepared. I'm ready. I try not to think about the future. I try to stay stuck in the present. I think that's the best way to be. So right now we here at the weigh-ins, and mentally I'm ready. I ain't worried about tomorrow right now. I'm worried about the weigh-in, so I'm having fun.
Statistically, this is the best defensive fighter in the game in you against the best offensive fighter in the game in William Zapeda. Why are you so confident that your style is going to win out?
I'm so confident because I put the work in. I know that I've been putting work in since I've been here. So this been since I was 5 years old. This is my dream. This is my destiny. These guys or these people can't take nothing away from me.
Turki Al-Sheikh famously said, no Tom and Jerry fights. I see the Tom and Jerry hat on your head up there. What kind of message are you sending with that?
Jerry gonna kick Tom ass the same way Jerry been kicking Tom ass the whole episode. So let's watch.
Good luck, Shakur. Guys.
All right. Zapeda, it's going to be a great one. Both undefeated with perfect professional records.
and we welcome you back into our studio here. And joining us now, the Golden Boy himself.
What's up, man?
What are you cheering for tomorrow night? You got
William Zapeda all day, all night, every day, all week, all month, all year.
Why are you so confident that he can do the job against Shakur?
Well, first of all, when you see a fighter who trains so hard, but who has the punching ability, the IQ, the undefeated record, but the work, I mean, the work ethic is incredible. And I keep on watching Mayweather versus Jose Luis Castillo. I saw that fight 4 times last night, and I'm telling you, Zepeda has the abilities, but the punch output to keep Shakur Stevenson on his toes, it's not going to be easy because you have to stay calm, cool, and collected with Shakur because he can frustrate you. But I tell them all the time, the head always moves like a swivel, but the body stays put. Aim for the body. And I saw Shakur was a little soft on the sides.
Well, hey, that fight, by the way, Mayweather still won, but I assume you thought Castillo should have gotten that decision.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
okay. Sergio, what do you think about Zepeda against Shakur as far as a buzzsaw coming right at you? You were a stick and move guy. You weren't going to stay in the pocket much like Shakur.
Well, look, there's plenty of ways to cut off the ring. Zepeda is an expert at cutting off the ring, and Oscar mentioned it. He has the lungs, he has the conditioning. He trains in the highest mountains of Mexico, so conditioning is not going to be an issue. Punch output is not going to be an issue, but closing that distance is going to be the problem. Shakur has a cheater-like defense. You know, he bounces back. He has the faster feet. Sure. He has the faster hands. It's going to be a headache. It's going to be a headache for Zepeda, who, of course, throws 1,000 punches in a fight. But is he going to throw those punches and be able to get to this cat-like, type champion? That's going to be the issue.
I think Oscar got what he wanted. Really, is to throw Shakur off his game. You understand? They talk about that Tom and Jerry, but if Shakur fight his fight, this may not even be a fight. He's going to have to engage with Zepeda in order to get Zepeda to get those punches off. And then we'll see, can Zepeda win round after round against a slick, technical fighter that can do it all in the ring like Shakur Stevenson.
You obviously been having some back and forth with Edgar Berlanga as well. That's not your fighter, not your fight, but I want to get your take on what do you think happens in the main event? Shiraz versus Berlanga.
Look, to tell the truth, I seriously do not know one thing about Berlanga and his style. I really don't. I saw the Canelo fight. He lost 12 rounds. I don't really know Sheeraz. I don't know his style. So I don't know. You guys pick. I can't pick them. I just don't know who they are.
Berlanga, though, has been talking so much. You've been through these type of press conferences. Do you think this is real talk coming from his heart, trying to intimidate Shiraz, or is he almost trying to convince himself that he's going to be able to do what he says?
I think it's a little of both. Yeah. I think, after losing 12 rounds with Canelo, having a victory party for yourself all over Puerto Rico and New York, you have to have something strange in your head to be doing something like that. The confidence level maybe is down, so he has to build himself up and make his opponent think he's a monster.
Yeah.
Because inside that ring, Shiraz is going to bring everything to the table. And if Berlanga is mentally weak, we might see Berlanga lose again.
I think if Berlanga goes for the knockout like he did early in his career, that's going to work against him. Shiraz is a second-half fighter. He's training with Andy Lee. I love that matchup, that pairing. Andy Lee was a tall, strong southpaw. Shiraz is not a southpaw, but he has that tall length. He wants to fight at range. If he gets out of those early rounds and he withstands the power of Berlanga, Berlanga's going to have issues in the second half of the fight.
I think this was a tough fight to start with, and then you get all the antics from Berlanga. I think he's kind of put a mark on his chest. He has to win, not only win, but he has to look impressive. You know what I'm saying? So I think it puts us back against the wall, and if we don't see an impressive Berlanga, I think it could hurt his ability to win in the future, man. I'll get these big fights in the future.
What does a win for Zepeda in the main event, what does that set him up as far as becoming a legend in Mexico and being mentioned among the greats of all time in that country?
Well, it puts him right up there with all the world champions, the best fighters from Mexico, top 20. There's a lot of great talent and fighters in the history of Mexican boxing, so you have to put him up there with a top 20 of all time. And this is just the beginning. Look, what Zepeda must do is punch with Shakur. Punch when Shakur throws his 1 punch, 2 punch, because Shakur doesn't throw 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. He throws that 1 punch, boom, pot shots you, boom, right hand, boom. So if Zepeda can time him and throw his combinations at the same time, he can swarm him, overwhelm him, and if he does that the whole fight, boy, we got a new world champion.
Hey, sounds easy, doesn't it, Antonio? You know what to do.
See, this is why you need someone that really knows and understands the game in your corner, because just that little information right there can give Zapeda an edge.
And to explain it to you, it's basically punching in between the shots. When you have someone that's faster, younger, agile on his feet, he's not going to compete with the speed. Zapeda can't compete, but if you punch with him, intercept in between, then Shakur Stevens he's not gonna have the confidence of just throwing combinations, because he has to worry what's coming in between the shots.
And my greatest win was over one of the fastest guys we've ever seen in the ring, but it was because I was daring enough to punch with the great Roy Jones. I got results.
Exactly. You were confident in your abilities. You threw with him, you punched with him, and you were the better man. You landed the better punches, the faster punches.
Timing,
exactly. Timing is everything. Exactly.
That's it.
Chris Manish just wrote an article in which Shakur was quoted as basically saying his hands are in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah.
He thinks he can only fight twice a year. I don't know if you dealt with a lot of hand injuries, but how devastating can that be for someone in a fight like
Absolutely. I mean, it could be very devastating. I mean, look, I had a hand injury against Obakar in the first round. I dropped him with a left jab, but he went all 11 rounds because I had a hurt hand, so I had to basically kind of adjust, use my right hand, not throw too many combinations. That pain is real inside the ring when you have a hurt hand. And Shakur Stevenson is known for brittle hands. Look, what I tell Zapeda is he's trying to throw a punch on your head, on your face. Put your head down. Put your head down. Let him break your hands. Let him break his hands on your head.
Well, that's a nice message to send. Happy holidays from Oscar de la Hoya. It's time for the main event weigh-in. Let's go back down to Michael Buffer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will now go to the weigh-in, the official weigh-in for the second of our two main event contests. It all goes down tomorrow night in Queens at the Louis Armstrong Stadium. This contest, 12 rounds of boxing in the super middleweight division. First up to the stage and on the scales, ranked number 3 in the world as a middleweight. He comes to us from Ilford, Essex, United Kingdom. His professional record, 22 fights, 21 victories, 17 wins by knockout. He's the British Commonwealth and European middleweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, undefeated Hamza Sheeraz. And let's bring his opponent up to the stage, and then he'll get on the scales. Comes to us from Brooklyn, New York, USA. As a professional, 23 victories, 18 wins by knockout, only 1 defeat. Two-time NABO super middleweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga. First onto the scales, the undefeated fighter from the United Kingdom, 21-0-1, 17 KOs, weighing in at 167.6 pounds. And his opponent onto the scales. His record stands at 23 victories, 18 wins by knockout, only 1 defeat. He's a 2-time NABO super middleweight champion. Stepping onto the scales, ladies and gentlemen, Edgar, the chosen one, Berlanga. 167.6, just like his opponent. Both fighters 167.6 pounds. It's our co-featured main event, a double bill main event tomorrow night, and it's all available on DAZN. Just go to DAZN.com for your availability. Here they are face to face, ladies and gentlemen. The undefeated Hamza Shiraz, the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga. 12 rounds of boxing in the super middleweight division. A great card of boxing tomorrow night. Louis Armstrong Stadium, Queens, New York City, New York, USA. A double main event for fight fans. This contest, 12 rounds in the super middleweight division. 2 KO artists in the ring. The undefeated Hamza Shiraz. The chosen one, Edgar Berlanga. It all goes down tomorrow night, a double main event. The WBC Lightweight World Championship, Zepeda versus Stevenson. And this contest, 12 rounds, the super middleweight division. It's the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga versus the undefeated Hamza Shiraz.
Berlanga and Sheeraz. And Berlanga more than happy to pose for the cameras with all that bling. Let's hear from Hamza Sheeraz.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing by with the undefeated Hamza Shiraz. Hamza, that was an intense face-to-face there. It's been intensity and focus all week from you. What are the feelings like right now after that face-off 24 hours away?
First and foremost, I always like to thank the Almighty Allah for allowing us to be here today. We're feeling good, feeling ready. Now it's just about enjoying it, going through the game plan and getting it on tomorrow night.
You've been so focused this week. There's been a lot of change around you, a lot of distractions and chaos. How have you kept that focus on the target, which is Edgar Berlanga Saturday?
Just by doing what I do, not getting emotionally involved, and being confident in the work that I've done.
Speaking of confidence, Frank Warren with me as well. Frank, you have to be confident in your fighter. The intensity he's portrayed all week, the changes he's made in camp with the great Andy Lee. What are you thinking about this matchup?
I think it's a great fight. I'm confident in him, so confident. That's why we made the fight. We're here to win. Here to win it. I really do believe that. He's cool, calm, and collected. And all he needs to do in the ring is continue that way. Be composed, and it's his fight.
When you watch him in this fight, Frank, what are you looking for out of your fighter? Something that needs to change from the Adames fight, obviously, but going up against a puncher, he's a puncher. I assume you expect fireworks.
I do, but it has changed. He's fighting at a weight that he's comfortable at. He was weight trained last time, so no excuses about the weight. A good Hamza is a really good quality fighter. He's in with a good quality fighter, but I'm telling you now, he can do this. He's got tremendous, tremendous ring craft, and he's a hurtful, spiteful puncher. And we'll see if the other guy can take that.
Hamza, I'll give you the last word. 24 hours away. What's your final message to Edgar Berlanga and all your fans?
Just to be ready, tune into a great fight, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Once again, folks, give it up for one half of your main event, Hamza Shiraz. Well, Edgar, let's start here. The jersey. I don't think too many of Hamza's fans were happy to see you wearing that. What's the message behind the jersey?
My favorite team. I love this team, man.
You wanted to make sure his people knew it?
1,000%.
You are the king of New York, as you say, getting a big opportunity once again here on the big stage. What is going to happen on fight night?
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? The king of all kings. And Saturday night going to be fireworks, man. You know, I'm ready. I'm locked in, and I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to fuck this dude up.
Hamza Shiraz is undefeated, a former world title challenger, but you've been saying all week long
that you believe you're on a different level than he is. Why do you believe that?
Easy work. He's easy work. And I'm assured that style from London, that shit don't work over here. You know what I'm saying? You see what I did to their boy, another dick sucker that's riding behind him, Jason Quigley. You know what I'm saying? With that European style, that shit don't work over here. You know, so we're gonna go in there, we're gonna get gritty. I'm gonna take him to the trenches.
Your manager, Keith Conley, promised a knockout in this fight. How do you see it playing out?
I'm gonna go in there and hurt him. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to predict rounds, but you know how I fight, you know how I give it up. And I'm locked in, man. So it's gonna be a spectacular night. You know what I'm saying? And we coming out victorious.
Good luck, Edgar.
Thank you.
Guys?
Edgar Berlanga saying that European style don't work over here, Antonio. He compared it to Jason Quigley. What do you make of that?
Well, you know, he's been having that bad boy image all weekend. As long as he get in there and fight like that tough guy he's been portraying, then it's all good. You know what I mean? But if he get in there and do anything other than that, then we're going to have to start looking at him crazy. You know what I mean?
Edgar Berlanga must have forgot about Joe Calzaghe, who will come over here and beat Americans on their own soil. But anyway, no, this is going to be a hell of a contest because Berlanga, even with Quigley, if it wasn't for the knockdowns, Quigley was winning rounds. Quigley was actually doing well. Quigley has the height. He was a sparring partner for Berlanga. Look, man, for Shiraz, if you bring a strategy, you can take the punch and the power of Berlanga, Shiraz is going to have issues with Berlanga and vice versa. Hell of a matchup, hell of a fight.
Hell of a card, ladies and gentlemen. It comes to you just over 24 hours from now at Flushing Meadows, New York City at the Louis Armstrong Stadium. And also, for us, we're going to say goodbye for about 45 minutes or so, and then we're going to be back here for the November 22nd, the Ring 4 card press conference. The headliner, David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde. Sergio, that is going to be a fight.
Hey, listen, Benavidez at 175 hasn't proved to be the same monster he was at 168. He's dealing with a beast in Yarde, naturally bigger fighter, monster puncher. Another great matchup.
And I'm telling you, they believe from the UK saying they're going to upset somebody when that happens. They believe they got his head and shoulders above David Benavidez.
All right, also, Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. on that card. They got in a fight in the hotel lobby yesterday. Who knows what's going to happen with that press conference, which will be starting about 45 minutes from now, right here on DAZN. For Antonio, Sergio, and the entire DAZN broadcast crew, I'm Todd Grisham. So long for now from Times Square.
Live, only on DAZN, July 12th. Ring 3, Berlanga versus Sheeraz and Stevenson versus Zapeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. Berlanga versus Sheeraz, Stevenson versus Zapeda. Ring 3, live, only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Tsutsumi.